West Ham currently
They've lost the last 3.
Yes, but they are 8th.
They are 8th, yes.
As soon as, if you're not going to give David Moyes a new contract, change him in after he won the conference, the whatever that trophy they won.
Yeah.
Or kick him out now.
Now you mean now?
Yeah, just get rid of him. Because what you have done, you've basically told all these players, and West Ham have been decent this season. They've been nice.
They have.
You basically have said, we are not keeping you. Please go away. So these players know this man is done. We don't care. So what happens to that? What happens to everything else? I feel like they've been unfair to him. Remember, this is the second time they are doing this. He came, he kept them up, then they kicked him out, then he went away, and then they got into trouble again, and then they returned him. He's gotten them in a place where now he's the opposite of Dizabi.
Wait, who are you blaming now?
The owners. He's the opposite of Dizabi. Dizabi, I said, is more beauty more than substance. David Moyes is more substance more than beauty. West Ham fans don't like the way West Ham play, but West Ham are comfortable in fighting for a Europa place in Europa League.
Okay.
So when they come out and they say, oh, but they are not going to renew his contract. What does that happen? That happened. What? The team is just going to go like this. Be nice to the old man. Either kick him out or give him a contract.
Season.
But don't, no, because once you say that with 13 games to go, what happens? I feel like it's unfair on him, but I could be wrong. Don't say it. Wait until the end of the season. Then say we'll discuss this at the end of the season. Talks are ongoing. Then keep it like that. Keep the team going. Then of the season, say no, tumeshindwa kukubaliana. We are going a different direction. Like Bournemouth did with Gary O'Neill and Iraola. I feel like it's unfair.
When did that announcement come?
Last week,
yes. And you would kind of understand why they brought it out, because there was so much backlash coming through from the West Ham fans based on what they were saying.
So which then means they are using him as a scapegoat. Again, they are treating the old man badly.
But isn't it clear, looking at it right now and looking at how West Ham have been playing in the past few games, and saying, David Moyes, man, can you improve how West Ham are playing?
Despite West Ham playing despite West Ham playing as badly as you say they have been, why are they on the table?
Yeah, they're 8th. I know, that's completely different, because I'm
it's not different. It's the same. Sammy, we are saying they are going through a very rough patch of form where they have played. How have they played? Let's see. They've lost the last 3 to Nottingham, to West Ham, to Arsenal, and to Manchester United. Okay, the Manchester United game, I thought they were slightly unlucky. And then they drew with Bournemouth, they drew with Sheffield, and then they lost to Bristol City, and then they drew with Bristol City again 1-1. I think so. That was the return leg. Then they drew with Brighton, and then they had beaten Arsenal. So in 2024, they haven't had a win. Okay?
Yes.
So because this form is bad, sack him. Sack him today.
Okay,
rather than him being what is that thing Ranieri was called when Abramovich said he's not renewing, his dead man walking. Other than him being dead man walking, sack him today.
So it was either
kick him out.
Kick
him out. Get that big coach you want to bring. Get into the team. But now you say, oh no, by the way, because of the way the run is going, we are not sacking him, yes, but we are not renewing his contract. He's a dead man walking.
I think there were. Okay, maybe it's what I was reading, because at some point I heard that they had a 2-year contract on the table for him, an extension, and then it came in this run where they've just looked so bad, and I struggle to understand. Okay, I understand he won a Europa Conference League and they are 8th, but then when you look at this run that he's had, of which it's to justify why he shouldn't be in this position, once Lucas Paqueta gets out of the team, they have completely looked like a different side.
Yep.
And this is a side that has some good players.
Like who?
So,
who creates?
Well,
like
Kudus. Players.
Like Kudus is in this squad. James Wokabi is in this squad.
How many games away was Kudus just the other day because of AFCON?
Yeah, he was away.
And now he's back. Doesn't this run coincide? But does it? Look, okay. So number one, every team goes through a rough patch.
Yes.
So if every team goes through a rough patch, like Arsene Wenger said, you don't sign a player because you're going through a rough patch. You work your way through it. So you have 2 choices. Work your way through it or fire. So you cannot, they have done neither. They have basically hedged. They had a 2-year contract on the table. Then they go through on a bad run. They decide you are not worthy of us. So they say we are not going to give you the contract. If this run is as bad as you're saying it is, fire him. This run, despite it being so bad, the last time I'm seeing a win here was in 20...
Do you find any benefits that they're going to, if they fire him now, are they going to reap any benefits? I feel like they're still in 8th position. If they finish that way this season, it doesn't matter.
But that's my
just
point.
Get rid at the summer.
But that's my point. Here is the thing. You don't like him. He's been bad. The season has been bad. Like you said, the last 7-8 games, like we've read here. So, do what other teams do. Do what Nottingham did. Do what Sheffield did. Fire him. But don't keep him here and then tell him, you stay until the end of your contract, but we are not going to... You withdraw, according to you. They withdrew the 2-year deal. They said, go away at the end of the season. No. Go away, but stay until the end of the season. You are basically dead man walking. Ranieri did a whole book called Dead Man Walking. How impossible it is for you. The team is going to tank because everyone knows.
Yeah, that communication bit. For me, as much as the run has been bad, yes, you don't communicate it like at the end of the season. Just amalize the season. Either you sack him or he finishes the season and then have a conversation and say, you know what, we are going our separate ways.
Or say this is the contract. Yeah. Say we have a 2-year contract. We will discuss it at the end of the season. But the offer is there at the end of the season. Yeah. Let us see the season through. Then we come back to this one. Or if you are so unhappy with the current run, please fire me.
Yeah, because now the morale of the team
second oldest coach in the Premier League. Please fire him.
Tank. His contract was supposed to expire this summer. Yes, and that's something that he should have had.
No, according to Sammy Getahi,
yes,
they offered him a 2-year deal that is on the table. Yeah. But given the run in the last 7-8 weeks, they withdrew it. And my argument is, if this run is so bad, fire him. Don't make him dead man walking. Chelsea fans know what I mean when I say dead man walking. Ranieri was that for a whole season, for half a season. Everyone knew Jose Mourinho is coming. But he had to coach. But everyone knew it's done. I feel like it's unfair. Go be decisive. Fire him completely or keep him. And after all, despite this so-called bad run, let's be realistic. Open that table. Tell me where we think West Ham would be in that table, given the talent and everything. Tell me where you think they would be that they are not. Please show me. Show me where.
No, they're good.
No, show me where would they be. Different coach. Where would they be? Let's look at the table. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Villa, Tottenham, United, Newcastle. Then West Ham. Isn't that roundabout where they would be?
Yeah, it is.
Given how much they have spent and who they are. Isn't round there where they would be?
I feel as if that's a move for you to justify what you are seeing from them now.
No, it is a simple. Tell me where you think they should be.
No, it's fine. Yes, they're good, but it's so easy.
Tell me where they should be.
It's so easy to look at in hindsight and say, I want the Europa Conference League.
No, I am not looking hindsight.
And right now they had a very good start.
Sammy, I am not talking about
the last 7 games?
Season. No, I am asking you today, the 18th of February at 12:33 p.m. This is the table. West Ham are 8th. Tell me where you think they should be, given the quality of their team and everything, the players, tell me where you think they should be in that table. Which team should they be above that you look at like that? Please, I'm not asking about Europa last year. I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm not asking about them drawing with Arsenal last season. I'm talking about today. Tell me which team you think they should be above.
None.
Which one?
None. But that's not just it at its. That's that. Okay. Because what you have is that in the last 7 games they've looked like a shell of a team.
All right.
Wow. How many teams go through bad patches? Wow. How many teams go? I will give you an example with your favorite coach, poor Manza Teta. How did he start? He started terribly. But what did Bournemouth do? They said, we believe in you. We believe in what you are going to do. And they stuck with him. Aren't they okay now?
Yeah, they are.
Your favorite young coach of the year? Yes. Aren't they okay?
Yes.
So what if Bournemouth decided to kick him out? And you know what position Bournemouth are after he came in and he had such a wonderful run?
Different.
No. What position are Bournemouth?
In the league.
What position? They are 13th. Yeah. My point is, his manager, Bournemouth management, kept faith. They know every team. The only teams that don't go through a bad run in the league is maybe Liverpool, at times City, and Arsenal. Even this season, and even Arsenal, we were just complaining here the other day. One win. What did you tell Elijah? One win
in 7.
So 1 win in 7. So, but
it's similar to West Ham.
Yeah. But why? Why didn't we look at that
level.
one? No, it's the same. It's 1 win in 7.
But let's be honest, Sammy. West Ham have lost how many players in that run? Kudus wasn't there.
Paqueta
wasn't there.
And Paqueta seems to be the only guy who could score for this team. And once he's gone, nothing else works.
So are you going to blame the manager?
It's an indictment on the manager.
Or...
Watch out the story. I'll leave Sammy alone. Sammy is arguing for the sake of arguing. There is no way a team can lose its 3 possibly best attackers and then we say it will not be affected unless that team is City of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Even this City, one of the reasons we were talking about their goals being less is because they haven't had KDB and they haven't had Haaland. Now Sammy is telling you, a team of the, like he said, Bournemouth, the quality and the caliber. But for him, West Ham don't, that argument doesn't count where it comes with the caliber of the players. No. They lose the player who City wanted to sign. Yeah. They lose the player who's probably the signing of the season. And they lose the guy who's led the attack for the last 5 years. But Sammy says, no, you should coach your way out of that one. But when it turns to Bournemouth, no, please understand the quality of the players. When it turns to that, please understand the quality. Please understand they don't have. But when it comes to,
it becomes a discussion when you lose.
It becomes a whole different. How many? Chelsea lost 6-0 to Man City. And there was no, the coach was not sacked that day or refused to be given a contract.
Nature of defeat, not been nice.
There is no different explanation for a 6-0. A 6-0 is a 6-0. It doesn't matter who loses 6-0. A 6-0 is 6-0. It doesn't matter to the nature of the 6-0. 6-0 does not have nature. The nature of a 2-1 or 1-0 works. 6-0 is 6-0.
And then when
there is no the nature. 6-0 is 6. It's like 5-0. You can't be considered 5 and then you say, oh, but we think, guys, I'm imbibing
Ukosa. Sammy kidogo na umechanganyikiwa hapo.
No, you compliment that by losing to Nottingham
Forest. Sammy, let's be honest. Sammy, West Ham is not a top 4 side. It's not a top 6 side. When you lose Paqueta, Antonio, and Kudus, you're doomed to fail. Chances are you're not going to play well. But, however, in that run, you're forgetting, for example, like against Manchester United, they played well. They just weren't lucky. This is football. At some point, you will have a rough patch. It is football. Arsenal lost 3 consecutive games. Like you said, we didn't win one game in 7. We only won one game in 7 games. So, this is their moment. But they will bounce back.
I wasn't even going to bring up the other old man who was being fired, then he fell sick, so he's in hospital. But him, the mistake, he should not have taken the 1-year deal. Wakati aliwasave last season, angeenda tu. Jua pia walimtoa akakuwa mgonjwa Friday. Sasa
he's still in charge. He's still in charge.
But who's the coach? How did they sack him? You can't sack him when he's in hospital. So now they are stuck. He fell sick.
Yeah.
People don't like old people.
Yeah,
this is so sad.
But for him, this should be the last.
This is so sad.
For his health,
this is how you guys are going to treat me in 5 years.
He's 78.
And I found it really awkward yesterday because Crystal Palace's next game, I think they're playing against Spurs in 2 weeks' time. And the guy who was watching that game is Glasner, who is supposed to take over. So I think all roads indicating that he's going to be sacked once he's out of the hospital bed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just bad. They should just have called my old man and told him, listen, we are going to do this. They should have done it earlier. But they did not. Now the old man, the news broke. Let me tell you, there's nothing as bad. And I remember this with Louis van Gaal. Him saying, there's nothing as bad as me winning a trophy, but I know I am getting sacked. If you remember the press conference after he won the FA Cup with United.
He was vexed.
I know. This thing should never, and it's happened to a few coaches. It happened to Mark Hughes as well. At City, in this new Moneybag City, where everyone knew he's getting sacked, but you've not been sacked. Like the whole world knows you're getting, other than you. Like, see, because you started seeing that news on the Athletic, on where Glasner is coming. Guys, call the old man in the morning. Tell him, boss, mzee, tunamaliza hivi. Yeah, like sasa anasoma huku rumors kama mimi na bana you are 71.
And then he's 70.
No,
he's 78.
Where does it leak? Sammy, for it to leak. And I'll give you an example.
Sammy, where do you get your information?
Sammy, and I'll give you another example. When Sir Alex Ferguson got a brain bleed, did we know?
No.
How come they kept it so under wraps? We found out in the evening after the games, and they released a statement and said, by the way, this is what happened this morning, this happened, and he's had surgery and he's here. Why? Because they are people who know how to do things the way they should be done. It shouldn't break out in the media huko nje na mwenyewe yako hapa akijaribu kufanya anaanza kusikia tu rumors. But Palace have that habit. How did they kick out Vieira? Same thing. He was called funny, he called phone call. I just think they should use.
So this one, unlike Moyes, is more justifiable that he should be gotten rid of.
Look, his form, he's had 3 wins since I don't know when, since September or something. I don't know. So it's some crazy figure like that. It's like 3 wins in September. I can't remember the exact stat. But yes, he struggled.
Yeah.
He struggled, and then, like you said, and you're the one who told me this, he's had arguments with fans. Yes. He's had arguments with players. He said, like, he's just said things.
And making wrong decisions.
Yeah, like he just looks like a man who needs to take a rest.
Which decision?
Yeah, he's 76.
He brings in Michael Olise knowing that he's half fit, and then he gets injured again.
That's why he didn't start the game.
Yeah, no, the argument was why would you bring him when you're losing 3-0?
Yeah.
And while simwache tu uko nje, kwani unamleta? Yeah, that was the argument.
And some other time he took up a Berichieze in a game.
He's not had the best of seasons.
I think that one we are just majoring in the minors.
Anyway,
there's a bigger problem, which is definitely not the coach.
I am done defending old people.
Get
like
well soon,
me.
our old man. Tuamalizie hapo.